Hello there and welcome back to the channel, and before I go any further, don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content, or press the like button, or even share it with your friends. Anyway, I want to talk to you about salad crops, particularly the cucumber, because I've noticed you go around the supermarkets at the moment and the shelves are bare. Why is that? I think it's because, well, Brexit, or is it because of the poor weather they've had in Spain and North Africa? But the thing is, they haven't got any shortages, and we do. So this video, I'm going to show you how to sow your own cucumber from seeds. Tell you what, you get one good variety and one good plant from it, and that will feed one person all year in cucumbers. Okay, so how to grow cucumbers from seed? Well, first of all, you need to get yourself a decent packet of seed. It is possible to collect your own cucumber seed, but I really wouldn't bother with that. I'd try and get yourself some decent seed from the supermarket. They can be a bit expensive, you might not get too many seeds in it, but if you've got a cultivar that is heavy cropping, does really well, well then you don't need too many seeds. Anyway, so let's open the packet.
Let's have a look.
Oh, nicely sealed, look at that. And here we go. This is what cucumber seed looks like. Oh, got no nails.
Oh, they're quite small, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like melon sized, I suppose, but they're very similar, just like a small melon seed, which obviously same family.
Do you know, I'm supposed to have 10, I've got loads. I can save some of those for next year. Anyway, let's get some of those back in the pot. Right, to start off with.
Okay,
cucumbers. They originate from India, and these have been in cultivation for about 3,000 years. That's right, 3,000. That's an awful long time. Very popular with the Romans, very popular with everybody in today. But you want to grow it in this country, you've got to give them heat. Unless you wait until it's the summer and then you plant them outside, and then you've really got a short period where you can crop from. So I like to start these off as early as I can. To do that, you need a heated propagator.
ta-da!
I mean, one might not be enough, but anyway, this is a heated propagator. Got a nice light lid so the light can get through. You got a vent on the top. You have under here a heated element that runs through it. Then you got this mat which remains damp so that the heat can pass through the water, through the mat, through this and into the soil, because it's all about keeping the soil warm. With cucumbers, you need to keep them between about 18 and 20 degrees, otherwise they're not going to germinate. And you've got to maintain a mild temperature throughout the growing period, because if they get chilled, and that's anything below 12 degrees centigrade, it will stop growing, just sit there and do nothing. So you've got to keep it going, and that's all about temperature. So here we go. Make sure that when you plant anything into these, it's all been cleaned and sterilised, because any kind of fungal infection can take and it will ruin your crop. Now you've got a choice. You can either use like a mini seed tray. You can use pots, which is, you know, a good way to do it. Okay. I'm going to kind of compromise that. I'm going to use these modular seed trays. I do like modular seed trays. Do you know why I like modular seed trays, Lorna?
Because you don't disturb the roots when you take them out. So if one germinates quicker than the other, you can just take that one out and leave the others intact, so you don't have to disturb them all.
Well, these are F1 hybrids, which is familial 1. So that means that they are genetically identical, and that means they will all germinate, hopefully, all at the same time.
Famous last words.
We'll see if that's true. But absolutely right. If you're growing in this and you have to prick them out or remove them, you're damaging the roots and you're messing up, and that will hold them back a wee bit. So I prefer to use these, and today I'm going to use these.
Okay.
So sterilised soil. Use stuff that's in bags, because bagged compost from the supermarket or the garden centre will be heat sterilised before it goes into the bag, so there'll be no viable fungal spores inside it. Right, there's two little things here. You plant these about 3/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch deep. So you just go down a wee bit and use a dibber. I like to use a pencil. Use a dibber just to make that hole.
why all the pencils go missing, isn't it?
I do find them everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Seeds. And when you put the seeds in, you put them in on their side. So you don't put them flat, on the side.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, let's see if I can actually make that work. I don't know why that would be a thing, because you know, in the wild, if a fruit falls onto the floor and degrades and seeds are left, they're kind of everywhere.
I don't think it would ever fall on its side naturally in nature.
Well, this is come down from the Victorians, so who am I to argue? Oh.
Right, let's have a look.
So I'm going to kind of, well, I mean, this is my approximation of doing it right. There you go. So forcing it in, forcing it down. That one's in. That one's in. And maybe I will put a bit of speed on this part. Right, so all that happens now is we water them in. It's already quite wet actually. Put the lid on with the vents closed. Plug it in. That will be 20 degrees and give it 2-3 weeks. I expect these to start germinating. Now, I need to talk to you about warmth and germination times, because you can grow these either directly outside, you can grow them in a regular greenhouse, or you can grow them in a heated greenhouse, and depending on how you're going to do it will depend on the time of sowing. If you're going to plant them into a heated greenhouse after they've germinated, then you can sow these somewhere between mid-February and mid-March. If you're going to sow them and then put them into an unheated greenhouse, then you can sow these sometime in April. But if you want to sow them directly outside into the garden, straight into their permanent position, and you would have to specifically buy a cultivar that is suitable for growing outdoors unheated, then you would sow those end of May, beginning of June. So those times are really important, because if they get chilled they will stop growing, and if they get frosted, well, they're dead. Anyway, we will come back to you in about 2 to 3 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. My arms hurt, but look at this. It's a bit windy, but look. We have got cucumber seedlings.
Hey,
and that has been exactly 2 weeks to the day. Not only have we got the cotyledons that have come through, we've also got the true leaves coming through. So these, and let me just pull one out. There you go. So that's quite nicely rooted. Now I want that to be a little bit more rooted before potting on. But there you go. That's how you grow cucumbers from seed. It's ever so easy, but you just need to use heated propagator.
Amazing, those come on really quick, hasn't it?
You know what, they all come up pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
You know, the first seed actually came up within just a few days.
Ah.
There you go. Hopefully that will help you out. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.